Back with another Blog Dalton. A bit of an unplanned this one. Just happened to found myself at a rehearsal studio a few days before a tour. How are you doing, Bob?
All right, Richard.
You brought your friend along with you today, haven't you? Hello, Lee.
Hello, mate.
First time you've done a... Some people wouldn't have heard you talk before, would they?
No. Ever?
Can you speak properly rather than put on that fake Cockney accent, yeah?
I'll have a go.
Okay. Welcome aboard, Lee.
Thanks, Mucker.
But Bob, how are you going to vary the set from your previous tour? Because there's so many Bite songs in your repertoire. Just interested to know whether you're going to vary the set or is it going to be a similar set from the previous tour?
Well, it'll be similar, but it won't be the same. I mean, we'll use some different old stuff and some new stuff that we haven't played before.
I think I know which songs they might well be because there's only 2 songs
You've
you've not played.
Them?
Yeah, I have indeed. It sounds absolutely brilliant as well. So there's 2 songs from the tour ships that you've not played live before, so they may well be in the set. Worth travelling to. What are the dates you're playing? It's in a few days' time, isn't it?
5th is in York, 6th in Sheffield, 7th in Manchester and 8th in Glasgow.
So they're all north of England?
They're all in the north.
Any reason why there's no gigs for Southerners?
Well, the promoter wanted to put them up there because he's got us doing this thing in Shepherd's Bush, the Empire, with Wishbone Ash, so he said use that as a London concert. I know it's not a full concert, but having just done some dates as well, I think he had some trouble getting people to put on shows so quickly afterwards.
Right.
Because they usually like 6 months.
They're all places apart from Manchester well that we didn't do on the last tour.
Yeah, they are.
We didn't play Sheffield, didn't play York, and we didn't play Glasgow.
A good point.
So
I know lots.
Quite good actually.
It's good. I know from the website, a lot of Scottish people on the forum always moan that there was nothing on the previous tour. So
it was such a good turnout last time as well, in Glasgow.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to believe it wouldn't be this time, and I think they felt a bit left out on the previous stuff we did in September, October.
Yeah.
So this time we've got a gig for them.
What songs What songs do you like playing?
What new ones or old ones?
Old ones. Okay, give me an old song that you enjoy playing.
Well,
Knees at Mother Brown.
yeah, anything by Chaz and Dave, really.
I think we'll narrow it down to Within the Bites.
Okay. Well, one song I'd love to do was Staring at the Whitewash. I'd love to play Staring at the Whitewash.
So why don't you?
Well, every time we get all right, we can always do Staring at the Whitewash. It's like, yeah, and anyway, well, let's do. So I don't know. We just it's kind of not that well known, is it? Staring at the Whitewash.
We only did
it
once on tour, and it was the Once Around the World tour. Yeah. We did it then, and it was it was a good number. That was one of the songs intended to be on the album before Virgin made us go back and do the likes of Judas and Midnight and stuff like that. It was far less commercial, that album, and it was actually recorded by us. And then it got changed as it went along.
That links nicely into the fact that the B-sides album people have been asking for a long time when there will ever be an It Bites B-sides album, but I understand there's a bit of progress in that department.
Yeah, well, we've now got the permission from Virgin to do it. We're just getting some artwork done for it now, so it'll be out in the next month or so, I would imagine.
Wow. Fantastic. So, and that'll be all your B-sides?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, all the B-sides from
all the singles. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Well,
there aren't any B-sides on this other, it doesn't work like that now, does it?
Well, there are, I suppose not B-sides, but extra tracks.
Bonus tracks, yeah, but this isn't anything about bonus tracks. This is purely what was on the B-side of the single.
Right.
So there was 10 singles, there'd be 10 B-sides.
What is the difference, Lee, between rehearsing, say, with Take That and rehearsing with It Bites?
We Take That, we get 6 weeks before a tour to rehearse, and then after 6 weeks of rehearsal we have production rehearsals for a week, so we get a ridiculous amount of time, and a lot of the time you're just hanging around. So with It Bites, you come in and you rehearse, and you kind of rehearse intense, and then you go straight out and do it. It's quite different, very different, and you get catering with Take That.
And do you get a chance to having?
We do have the laughing cow, don't we?
Oh yeah,
we used to.
Not anymore.
Having listened to It Bites rehearse today, I do notice that while the 2 Johns are fiddling around with their equipment and trying to get things sorted out, you often impromptu jams take place. I did enjoy listening to
Afterglow.
Afterglow and another Genesis song,
Oh, Cinema Show.
a cinema show. But before that, when I first turned up, you go through a few rare It Bites songs that I'd never heard It Bites play before. Let's all.
Let's All Go. Oh yeah, well Let's All Go we played.
Yeah.
I was saying, and Terminus. I was saying to John Beck, you should do them in your set. But
Well, you never know your luck.
right, okay.
You never know your luck.
Okay,
You won't, but you never know your luck.
How difficult is it to drop songs within your set? Obviously, if you are playing a few new songs on this, Lee's pointing at Bob. Is that because you don't get involved with dropping songs?
Well, no, not really, no.
I think,
being
you
a
know,
Lewis chap.
Yeah, but I think, you know, if you said I'll come up with, you know, a song that you wanted to play, then, you know, we'd always give it a run through the van or whatever. You know. It wasn't that bad really. When we had to replace old songs with new ones for this album tour that we just did, because in order to play 6 new songs, obviously 6 old songs or the equivalent in time had to go from the set. But it wasn't that difficult. There were certain things like Heroes and Screaming on the Beaches, which we'd played since the first album. How many times can people want to hear them? So we just put in songs that would be like that, of that style of song to replace each one. So if it was a slow one, we'd put in a slow one to replace it, and if it was a faster one, we'd do that.
I think I answered that question. Okay, Japan. Get emails in from people wanting to know if you they feel neglected in Japan.
Well, by the parents and that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
not just by
terrible.
the
The
parents.
whole nation.
Not just by the parents, but by It Bites. They feel they're neglected now. Is there any? There were rumours going around that Japan might be on the cards. So,
Yeah, it's definitely on the cards.
yeah.
Yeah,
Any more than that?
I'm
Any
speaking
time?
to a promoter at the moment for July.
How many concerts would you?
Well,
envisage
one
playing?
at the moment, stupidly, but he claims that he can't do any more tickets-wise in Osaka or Nagoya because they're too far away and he can't sell the tickets, he thinks.
Right.
So I think he's putting us in a bigger venue, 1,000 capacity venue, to draw in people from the outside towns into Tokyo.
Right.
So I understand why he's doing it, but it just seems like a hell of a long way to go for one show.
Another song I'd like to do,
Yeah. Go on.
Bullet in the Barrel.
Bullet in the
Love
Barrel?
to play Bullet in the Barrel, because I've got a live version of that from a Bob Harris session, which is fucking outrageous.
We opened the set with that on one tour.
It's I think I was possibly at that tour because I saw it at Hampstead in '90. That track just fucking slays people.
Well, tell Bob now you want to do it.
Well, he knows now.
Well,
Put it in the barrel.
we're just having a run through old stuff as well as possibilities, you know.
So because Liz brought up Bullet in the Barrel, you might do that on in the
Well, we
next
might
few
do,
days.
or we might do some of the others, or none of the others. Who
It's
knows?
worth turning up to the gigs because you'd never know what you might miss out on. That's the trouble now.
But
I'm
it will
feeling
be a
that.
different set, so you know, not entirely obviously, but you know, there'll be a few favourites.
Excellent. All right, Lee. Thank you very much indeed. Bob. Thank you very much indeed. You can go now.